My name is Lydie Serentolaide, and I'm going to show you how to look for information in the VAERS database. So VAERS stands for Vaccine Adverse Reactions Database, and this is what most people look for or into. This is not the one you want. Why? Because everything is, you need to scroll through a lot of text. It's overwhelming, and guess what? It's meant to. It really succeeds. The one you want is this one, vaers.hhs.gov. This information is available to anyone. What you want right now is to search the VAERS data and download it. So hold a second, you're going to see, here it is. So you've got quite a big disclaimer. What you want right now, so you want to hear the raw data. You don't want just to search the easy to use, money-driven, whatever. No. You want to download the raw data. So you tick here, click on download, and you see down there. Okay, so the one you want is the first one, is a zip file, which contains these 3 files. The zip file contains them all. Okay, and now we wait. Verification. Okay, so you really have to do it A and B. Okay, and download the file. We're getting there. 2 megabytes, 3. It's gonna take probably a minute or so. In the meantime, I'm going to run you a little bit through the tool you will need, Excel. You're going to become the little virtuoso of Excel in the next few minutes, because you need something that can handle all of this raw information. I suspect that at some point it's going to become too big to handle on a single spreadsheet. You've got over 100,000 rows. So probably either at some point split the data. But for right now, this will be plenty. Okay, so what should you know about the database? It's filled in by people who don't really know how to fill it in. Some of the columns, here it is, it's done. I'll show you live. Hold that thought, here it is. So the one you want is all of them. CSV stands for comma separated values. Okay, so you want the data. Let's open it up. Here it is. Okay, so you will need 2 files. The first one tells you from the 1st of January 21 to the 23rd of April. Okay, that's correct. There's always a fortnight, and you've got 108,000, over 108,000 people who have been entering this in the system, who have been filling in adverse events. So the thing to know is about only 1% of the people think of entering the information in this database. So this only captures a fragment of everything that is going on. Anyone can fill in this database, and this is only the one for the United States. And it's the only one that I know of where you can search through the raw data. Now, you will need another file. You will need the VAERS VAX. Just a second. It's going to do it. Yep, here it is. Why do you need it? Because you've got here the VAERS ID. This tells you exactly which vaccine people have been injected with, and if it is COVID or not. So let's do a quick search. Data, filter, here we go. Is there something else than COVID? Yes, we have got other things. Okay, that's okay. We are going to get the filter out, insert a column, and now I like things that are in a more compact form. Okay, so I will show you how to do a concatenate. So once you look for the ID, it will tell you everything that you need to know about this. So we're going to do a concatenate. But first, I want things to take less space. Proper means that only the first initial will be a capital letter. this. And I'm going to include space, a dash, and again, proper of what is here. Beautiful. And now we're going to double click here. You see how the cursor changes from here? You want the black one, and it copies it all across down. Beautiful. Now we're going to go back to the CSV file. We need to copy this information, which is read-only and CSV, so you've got some restrictions on the file. No, that's the VAERS, sorry. It's the other one, the data. Beautiful. Okay, so let's copy it all. Whoops. Up to column AI and down arrow, you've got them all. Copy. And I've prepared a spreadsheet where I can literally just drag and drop. Okay, it's copying and we're soon going to be in business. Okay, VAERS ID, I should have remembered to leave that column. Whoops. First column will be shift to the right. Yes. Beautiful. Now we're going to go with the identifier here. What you need is a lookup. So it's going to look up this value in the other spreadsheet and bring back what you want. Okay, so we're going to do here a beautiful lookup. Lookup is going to become your most trusted, your most valuable tool in the whole arsenal from now on, in this spreadsheet and in the future. You're going to look up this value in this other spreadsheet, which is, whoops, where did I put it? Here. Beautiful. You select the first column. The information you want is not in column 2, 3, but in column 4. So you select up till the end. You want what is in the 4th column, and you want what is called a false match, meaning it's going to be exact. And again, same thing, you double click on here and you wait for a second. The next step is to paste the values, otherwise it's going to make it cumbersome. Edit special values. Beautiful. So you see how things have changed from being a formula to now being the identifier that you want. Okay, so what I have done after this is to see, I should have, modified by 1. Okay, plus, you cell right, because and we're going to call this, not provider, provider. Okay, beautiful. Now, the difficulty and what is discouraging people is the amount of text. Because at times it can be like really short text, or the text can be taken literally 5 paragraphs. What you want is to do a search in this. So I've identified here anything that starts with anaphylactic, anaphylosis and the like. Here it will do a search in the text. Okay, so the question now, I just need to check if it's going to do. Okay, so here I need to modify, it's not column K, but column J. Okay, beautiful. So I need to modify all K3, which is $K3 with $J3. Replace all. Beautiful. Okay, whoops. No, that's all good. That's all good. So here you see it's telling you that the person had Benadryl, Tylenol, which indicates that there has been some pain, didn't call 911. Okay, now we're going to take this. Whoops, I'm going to put a marker to go to the end of the file. Okay, still not the end of the file. getting there. Because I like things, yes, that's the end of the file. Awesome. So I think it was in column AGLAK. No, still not. It was in column AM. Beautiful. So you put a little marker, can be literally anything. And then like that you can mark this and use the end arrows. You copy this and down arrow. And you wait, it's gonna take a few seconds. It's going to search throughout the texts to see for all of these things. So I start off indicating the severity. So if anything, if anyone has an anaphylactic shock, this is lethal. People need the EpiPen. If there's a heart attack, yeah, consider that a serious event. Same thing with appendicitis, anything that's a severe ER emergency. All of this I've calculated as total ER. So it will tell yes if and when it finds something that corresponds to the criteria that is up there. So, you know, I consider that if someone is delirious, that is severe. Temperature, fever. And medication given obviously gives an idea. If it's just a spray up the nose, that's not too bad. But anything which creates palsy, cerebral palsy or any other form of palsy, which is swollen or passed out, you see it's calculating, it's at 56%. So the database is getting to be significant. And if you think that it's meant to help people, kind of, but only partly. Because few people have the knowledge and the skill, until this video, to look through all of this. And whatever little thing, if you think that everything in the VAERS database covers COVID-19, that's not the case. And thus, this will be used. Here it is, it's done. So now we're going to override the formulas. I'm actually just going to, yeah, no, that's good. Copy them all. Edit special values. Beautiful. So now it's going to take a couple of seconds. There you are. Beautiful. Now, the next step is to do a sum, but not any kind of sum. You want this to only count the number of yes. So you do a countif. Countif, range. Yeah. And then you say, comma, equal yes. I know the syntax is a bit different if you're not used to it. Severe, 10,000. Okay, so we're going to include the counts up here rather than at the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to mark here. Oops. Bear with me. Beautiful. And we're going to put a little separator because that makes it easier to see. Okay, and no, I don't want any zeros. Okay, beautiful. You see that a total of 4,000, and this one is going to be a regular sum. Okay. Because I want to treat any adverse event or emergency, and here it counts as 1. Ah, yeah, value, I don't want yes. Okay, beautiful. So although people had a number of reactions that ranged, that were really severe, and a number of them literally needed to stay in hospital, often they will indicate here that needed to stay in hospital number of days. If you only look at this data, you won't get the full picture. But now what you want here, you're going to apply a filter. Data, filter. Beautiful. You go here and you want to apply a text filter. Contains 19. Okay, so it's going to take a few seconds. No, that's okay. So now here you only have COVID-19, and you can search which one belong to Moderna or Pfizer. You can refine the filters. But at least we've now filtered the rest out of it. So you see that actually very few, we're going to do the reverse to make sure that it's all done properly, does not contain COVID. Yeah, so you only have 300 records that are not linked. So you've got some for flux, for the flu, diphtheria, papillovirus, VAERS. Okay, you get my drift. So most of them are for the COVID-19, but you still have some of them which are not. Hence, it's really good. We can either hide them, but just filtering them will be helpful. Okay, contains COVID. Beautiful, we're getting there. Okay, so now the next thing that you want to filter is to see which ones have died in 21. But you see that the format is not consistent. So it might be best to enter this as a text filter, contains 2021. Okay, so 1,700 records indicate this. And it tells you how many visited the emergency. So at times it will say here passed away, but at times it won't. Here in column F you have the age, and you can search, you can include a filter to say which one is, say, less than 40. Let's say which ones, how many are younger than 40. And it tells you you've got 45 records of people that were younger than 40 years of age. Okay, so now if we take, for argument's sake, we're going to do the reverse, which is greater than 70. You've got 11. Okay, and now let's see how many were greater than 80. 700. Oh, you have 101 years old. Wow. Wow. Honestly, there we keep on getting like a treasure trove. Let's see now how many greater than 90. 230. Okay, I'll have to refine that because there's something a little bit weird in the way the data was entered. You see here, this column would be the state. Something is weird here with the age in years. So I probably would have to go, at times they include the date of birth, or they used to, but it's not being consistent. And here they say COVID, so that's probably when they received, yeah, okay, their first date, first, second. I'm unsure about this one. Oh, okay, but this gives you an indication as to what you can look for and how you can search the database. So I've included here a list of keywords. Okay, so 23,000 people had fever. Okay, I'm going to paste it in other format, so it's going to make it easier than looking at it this way. Just a second. And I'm going to insert here a sheet. Beautiful. Transpose values. Beautiful. Okay, and it's easier to do this the other way around, so I'm going to move the column, whoops, and put it there. Okay, and now whoops, I will need to include a header, otherwise the filtering doesn't really like it. Whoops. Cell down, beautiful. So we call this item, and this is, well, number. Okay, and then we're going to apply a filter. Ah, yeah, this, no, don't want to print this. Beautiful. So now we can sort by number. Here, you've got the little A to Z. Okay, so the main numbers, yeah, severe reaction, mostly fever, but you've got a number of things that are concerning. Once again, this doesn't tell from here. We need to apply another filter to see how many actually died. So I should include something for, because the wording is not being consistent. Hold a second. We can't take things for granted with this database, because at times it says unresponsive. At times it can be like passed out or expired. But even if we try here as expired, let's try this. Contains. Okay, it's filtering. It's telling us only 17 people have expired, and all of them have dates for when they died. Okay, so now let's see how many of these died. $230. That's not the number of people who actually died. There used to be a field. Just give me a second, please. Because right now we only have 230 records. So, yes, okay, because I filtered it here. That's the thing with filters, you need to remember what you've done. But it's telling only 1,700 records. Okay, when you've got the issue, the quickest way is to undo the filters and reapply them. So let's start again. We only want text contains COVID. Okay, 107,000, that is better. Now let's see for the ones who died and who contain only in 2021. Text filter contains 1,700, which feels not that much. It feels not correct somehow. And out of this, well, if they died, if there was a disability, some of them were disabled or unknown. 34. So all in all, it looks like there were not that many, but bear in mind, this was only 1% of all of this. Adverse events tend to be reported, and the people just don't know how to fill it in. So I will do another video shortly, and I hope that this has been helpful. I sense that you will have a question. So the quickest way to do, whoops, here it is. We're going to copy this, paste it onto a new sheet. Beautiful. Now a function that you will want to use here. We can either use, whoops, yeah, okay, let's see how many providers are there. So you want to insert pivot table. You love pivot tables. Okay, literally. So per provider, you want to do a count of provider, which is in, whoops, I think it's in values, sum of values. Okay, so you see that the Moderna one is ahead of the list, along with the Pfizer. So I should have used the other database with all of the lines. That is just out of the reference index. So we're going to do that from this database, 108,000, because all the lines are there. Whoops. New sheet. So let me see how many lines we have got there. Something is not right. We only have got 1,700. So why? Oh yes, because I sorted them. Yeah, obviously. Data, filter. I only want the COVID ones. Start again. Contains COVID. So you will find that if you are new to this, actually I should have written what I'm doing bit by bit as I'm doing it. We're going to paste it here. Okay, beautiful. So now we have 107,000. That's much, much better. Okay, let's do it again. Insert, pivot table. Okay, and we want per provider. And you want here this value as a sum of values. Beautiful. So, you see that actually they all have a massive number. Sorry, I want to decrease decimals. That's it. So we're going to do a quick pi equals B4 divided by B8. A number of percentage. Whoops. Okay, there you are. So in terms of which one is the safest, well, you know, they all are quite, there is a lot of unknown, let's put it this way. And that is, once again, just the 1%. So please do your research. I understand that some people feel safer with technology in general. Although it's uncertain, it's up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do, how to live your life. I'm just saying, here's the way to look into the database. The raw data is what you want. I hope that this is helpful. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.